So you tell us, because over here in Lisbon, Portugal,
Hmm.
it looks like America has lost its mind and gone crazy.
Yeah. No, seriously. Because even even over here, there's CNN is everywhere. CNN is everywhere. And over here, even over here, when I watch CNN, like Australia, CNN, UK, et cetera,
Hmm.
it looks crazy.
Yeah. I
It looks
mean,
crazy.
friends, family, associates, clients, they tell us how things are so crazy and getting crazier every day. People are still disappearing off of the streets, winding up in different countries,
It's
being
insane.
deported to different countries.
Right.
I come on now. I ain't never been to El Salvador. So we go to LA, they're gonna arrest us and send us to El Salvador.
Well, you kind of look Haitian,
Oh, really?
right? I mean, like, what's to say? What is to say? Papers, please. Papers, please. I mean, what the trippy part about it, sweetheart, is the calls that we've been getting lately from clients, right? The calls that we've been getting from clients seem more and more desperate.
Hmm.
And that's the thing that breaks my heart because just a few months ago, it was not like that. It was not like that. I
Yeah.
mean, like after November 5th, I can't say, look, stuff went up. We gonna say,
Hey,
interest went up, but it wasn't as desperate as it seems to
yeah,
be over these last few
yeah,
weeks, right?
I totally agree. You can't blame them because how do you go day to day and the rules are constantly changing and situations are changing and at any moment the FBI, ICE agents, whatever they want to call, whatever acronym they want to put on their jacket, idiot squad, they can come knocking on your door and put handcuffs on you just because they can. What you gonna do?
I know you think we're being hyperbolic. I know that you think that we are being hyperbolic, but let me tell you a little story about my dad. Y'all know my daddy died about a month and a half, 2 months ago, right? But I'm going to tell you, he was like, it is amazing how this is a full circle moment because around this time, when he was in his 20s and 30s, right? Around the same time of year, he was out there protesting back in the 60s. And they said that he was a communist. The FBI said he was a communist. And this department called, or project called COINTELPRO, put him on the list, labeled him a communist, took away his government security pass, and so he could no longer work as an engineer in an aerospace company that had, of course, government contracts. Okay, so you think that what we're saying is hyperbolic, but it has already happened before.
Hmm.
It has already happened before. So, Black America, we need you to get serious. Even if you do not believe you've got the money to move, y'all, we need you to get serious. We don't want you to be in a situation where you cannot make the choices that you want. All right. So that's what we're going to talk about today, right? That's why we are going to talk about what we're going to talk about today so that even if you have a lower income, you can still get out of Dodge ASAP. That's what we're going to talk about today. So,
Mhm.
hey, y'all, my name's Halisi.
And I'm Rick. Welcome to our Black Utopia.
On our channel, we talk about a lot of things.
And more things these days.
But in general, look, we talk about money, travel, and life abroad. We help folks who look like us, who are getting close to retirement age and forgot to plan, get their money straight so that they can retire on time or maybe even abroad.
Abroad is a hell of a drug.
All right. Yeah, it is. All right, sweetheart. What are we talking about today?
So tonight we're going to talk about $1,800 a month income. Okay? If you got $1,800 a month income, here is your emergency exit strategy. We're going to give it to you.
All right. All right.
Okay.
But first, if you're new to our channel, then you might not know back in 2018, Rick and I got a wake-up call, y'all. We were getting close to retirement
Crazy.
age.
Too soon?
We were getting close to retirement age. We looked at our money and it looked crazy.
It was crazy.
But we got our financial act together and we went from negative 22,000 to over 1.1 million in net worth, y'all. Y'all, seriously. If we can do it, you can do it too. Seriously, you can do it too. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, please subscribe.
Yes.
We are trying to get to 100,000 subscribers because we know that our community seems to be in denial, right? Our community is going to be impacted the most because we know how that goes. We know the history. We know how that goes. And so regardless of whether you want to stay or go, this is information about how to keep your money straight, how to make sure that you are financially free and know what choices you have. This is information that our community needs. This is information that our community needs. And so please share this information.
Give it a thumbs up.
And subscribe.
Hit that bell.
That's right. That's right.
So tonight, we're talking to our people living on $1,800 take home with expenses.
That's right.
At $1,700.
That's right.
No debt and up to $50,000 saved. If that's you,
even in a 401k or something like that.
401k, yes.
Right.
If that's you, this is the How to Leave Now blueprint.
That's right. That's right. We're not selling a fantasy, y'all. All right. We are not selling a fantasy. We're giving you 3 legal paths and real monthly numbers. All right. And a 90-day checklist. If you look in the description below, you will see a link to the resources and handouts that we created especially for tonight. Mm-hmm. So the decision. Pick a first year landing zone. All right. We've got 3 routes for you. Route number 1.
First route?
Yep.
Georgia, not Georgia. Not Atlanta,
Georgia.
Not Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
Georgia.
In Europe.
In Europe. Europe adjacent. You get a 12-month visa free.
That's right. As a tourist, you get 12 months. Yeah. We've talked about this before, y'all. This is not new.
Okay. Why it works is U.S. citizens can enter, live, and even work/study in Georgia for up to 365 days with no visa.
That's right. That's right.
It's cleanest go now
option that there is, right?
Yeah, the cleanest go now option.
Y'all, starter budget. Take notes, all right? I'm going to give you a minute. To get your pen and paper, all right? This is the budget for Tbilisi, all right, which is one of the major cities, if not the capital of Georgia. $950 to $1,200 a month for a solo person. $950 to $1,200 a month for a solo person. The rent you can expect to pay is about $350 to $550 a month, plus utilities and internet, et cetera, adding another $70 to $100, food $220 to $300, transportation, phone $20 to $30. Mm-hmm. All right. Health and other $200 to $250, adding up to about $950 to $1,200 per month. Y'all, current market snapshots show 1-bedroom apartments rent commonly for the $400 to $700 range. I looked, and in our resource list is also some Black expat who lives in Georgia who can tell you about Georgia. All right. Because this is not one of the ones that we have on the list. So I wanted to make sure that I wasn't sending you off into the desert by yourself. Georgia. All right. We've got route 2, but we're going to say hello to the folks who are in the chat. All right. All right. We'll say hello to the folks who are in the chat. All right, y'all. Who is there? Hey, Greta. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Greetings.
Yes. We've got Kevin is in the chat. Peggy Lumpkin. Dr. James Greer, who also is in our side hustle community, right?
Yes.
Hey, Karen Louise.
How you doing, dear?
Good to see you. Hello, Halisi and Rick, OBU family. Hoping everyone is taking good care of themselves, y'all.
Please take care of yourselves.
Y'all, please. Hey, from Naples, Florida.
Hey, Dr.
How's it going? How's it going in Florida? I heard Alligator Alcatraz got to close. It's against the law. Yeah, I'm glad the Native Americans got a lawsuit and closed that now. Those down.
So them people paid all the money for them T-shirts, and now they idiots.
All of that wasted money. But we into what is it? Waste, fraud, and abuse, and all that nonsense. That's bull crap. Okay, it's bull crap. It was never about that. It was never about that. It was about a power grab. It was about getting money, and it was about making sure that the white supremacy rules. That's what it was about. That's always what it was about. And America's about to pay. But I don't want the people who are watching us to pay as well, right? Bye, Pacific Northwest. Hey, Allison.
Hey, Allison.
Good to see you in the chat. Meriton Martin is
how
in
you
the
doing?
chat. CK. Y'all, we were just chatting. CK and other members of this channel, if you're not a member, then you might not know that an hour before we go live, we chat with the members of this channel. And we talk about everything.
Anything and everything.
They be up watching me put on makeup and everything else, y'all. So if you want to get the behind the scenes scoop, become a member. And this ensures that we can continue to provide this information. Because I don't know what's going on, y'all. I don't know what's going on. Thank you to our two volunteers.
Thank you.
Greta King and Action VJ. We appreciate you, right? Greta Cobb. Don Anderson is in the house.
Hey, Bobby.
Tana Rose. Haven't seen you in a while, Tana Rose. Good to see you in the chat. Tace. Is it Tace or Tase? I'm not sure. Hey, good to see you. All right, everyone. Francine is in the house. Cheryl, PhD. All right, we're going to continue on. We love y'all. We see you and we love you. And we appreciate you.
You be moving them names too fast. I can't read that.
Yeah, I do read.
Like
here. I'm going to give this to you, and I'm going to let you handle the chat. But I want to tell you, because of Karen Louise, because of there is a gentleman who gives every single week. Come on. I'm having a senior moment. If you're watching this, it's not because I don't love you. I am having a senior moment right now. Hot flashes and everything else, y'all. But because of all of you all, we have Dennis. Thank you, Dennis, who gives every single week. We have 10 new students who got scholarships in Beyond the Bling, our financial freedom program for late bloomers. All right. So thank you all. And I know our community thanks you. 10 new students in Beyond the Bling because of you.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. So we appreciate y'all, and our community appreciates you. All right, we're going to continue on. Route 2.
Thailand.
50+ retirement track, all right, equals stability via deposit.
Right.
Why it works.
Why it works is at age 50, you can qualify for a retirement. Retirement visa.
Right.
Non-immigrant.
Right. Oh, no, you have to be a non-immigrant.
No, yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. Non-immigrant.
By showing 800,000 Thai baht, which is about $22,000 to $23,000 a month. I mean, a year. $23,000 a year, y'all. That's poverty in the United States. All right. So if you can show 800,000 Thai baht or $23,000 a year and put that in a Thai bank, right? Or you've got that monthly income, divide that by 12 and you've got that monthly income, right? Combos are allowed as part savings, part income, this, that, and the other. You will qualify, all right? you will qualify. And if you got 20, 30, 40, $50,000 in your 401k or combined between savings, IRA, 401ks, et cetera, even better. All right. That will help you. That will help you. What's the starter budget?
Starter budget in Chiang Mai.
Chiang Mai. We like Chiang Mai.
Say Chiang Mai. You say Chiang Mai.
Because that's how they said it. So interestingly enough, Chiang Mai, like it has a lot of the cool things that Bangkok has. It has a lot of, like rooftop bars and, music, live entertainment, and all of those kinds of things, right?
A lot of street markets.
Street markets, which are on point, but not the traffic. Not the traffic of Bangkok.
No, they don't have Bangkok traffic.
And that's a good thing. So what's the budget there?
$800 to $1,100 a month.
$800 to $1,100 a month, y'all.
Rents $230 to $460, plus utilities, internet.
Right, 60 to 90.
60 to 90.
Right.
Food $220 to $300, plus transportation and phone $20 to $40.
Right.
Plus health, other is $200 to $250.
Right. So rents under 10,000 Thai baht outside the city center, and that's common outside the city center of Chiang Mai, right?
And
so
10,000 Thai baht comes to about $310.
Something like that.
Yes.
Something like that. All right. So you can find rent all day long between 800 and 1,100 in the city center. And if your budget is tighter than that, you can move up just a little bit. And like I said, the traffic is not there. Just a little bit out of the city center and get that cheaper rent. Thailand, people sleep Thailand. Excuse me. People sleep Thailand. Thailand is on point.
Oh, yeah.
Like I keep saying, if it weren't for the time difference and the fact that I have an 85-year-old mother in California, Thailand would be on our list.
It would be definitely up the list.
All right. Yes. So just to make note, in Thailand, they require health insurance. All right. And so you want to make sure you check with the consulates about the different rules, et cetera, et cetera. All right. But this is a path that you can follow. All right. So route 1 was Georgia. You can live in Georgia for $950 to $1,200 per month. Route 2, Thailand. You can live in Thailand for $800 to $1,100 a month. This is Tbilisi in Georgia, Chiang Mai in Thailand. Route 3,
Mexico.
You know, we got to have Mexico in the house now.
Fast access,
right?
Build towards residency, so
right.
it doesn't take a whole lot.
Exactly.
Fast.
We love Mexico. So this is why it works. You can enter as a visitor for up to 180 days. That's 6 months. All right. So look, we know that sometimes the people at the immigration can be discretionary and say, you ain't
it can be up to the officer.
Yeah. You can get 3 months. But we have never run into that. We've heard about it from time to time. But in general, we have never run into that. And so you can use that time to live very inexpensively in the interior while you work towards temporary residency. Mm-hmm. All right. So we are talking about 3 different cities in Mexico, and they are Merida, Puebla, and Morelia. You've heard us mention Merida, of course. But Puebla and Morelia, we have not mentioned. Mm-hmm. All right. You can live in any one of these cities for how much, sweetheart?
$900 to $1,200 a month. Similar to structure in Georgia.
Exactly. Mexico has gotten hip to the skip, y'all. So here's a reality check. Most consultants will tell you that you need somewhere between $3,000 to $5,000 a month to qualify for residency. But this is what we know. There are loopholes. All right. There are loopholes. And this is what we want for you. If you are that person who is bringing in about $1,800 a month and your expenses are about $1,700 a month, right? Because this is the scenario. We had a client who had the same situation. If you're out there, yes, we thought more about your situation. There's $100 gap between the expenses and what that person brings in, 1,800 versus 1,700. This is an opportunity to widen that gap, right? If you're bringing in 1,800, but you can live for 1,200, now instead of a $100 gap, right? You've got a $700
gap.
right? And if you can live for the 900 in Merida or Puebla or Morelia, right? It's even better. And this is the thing, right? We need you guys to get financially free. And sometimes the way to do that is to do a financial geo arbitrage,
Yeah.
right? Find a lower cost of living.
Lower living, yeah.
Right? Right. All right. So we know that Mexico has been cracking down and they have been raising the amount of money to qualify. Don't worry about that right now. Do not worry about that right now. Okay? And for all of you who are thinking, oh, I can wait, this should be a cautionary tale.
Changes day by day.
Right? Because when Rick and I qualified for permanent residency in Mexico, the income that we qualified with was $2,700 a month, plus the savings that we had. And we have substantial savings, but still, right? So just to let y'all know. And to be perfectly honest, we technically did not, even then, we technically did not qualify for permanent residency. All right. So make your case. Tell them why you want Mexican residency, not to escape the melon felon.
No, don't do that. But a lot of times it's up to the person that
is sitting in the chair across from you.
Yeah, they're the ones that really make a decision.
Seriously. All right. So, quick note, we're going to give a shout out to Albania.
Okay. Albania, some sources say U.S. citizens can stay up to 1 year visa free. Others still list 90 to 180 days. If you're considering Albania as a plan A, verify with the Albanian authorities before booking.
And that is true for all of this, right? Because as of this recording on August 24th, this is all true, right? But if you're watching this even a week from now, things change, all right? They're probably not going to change that drastically, but you always do your Googles, right? Do your research. All right, we're going to talk about the money, math, and runway. If you move to Georgia at $1,050 a month, and you've got $30,000 saved, that buys you 28 months of life. I'm sure you can figure out how to bring in more income in 2+ years. If you've got $50,000 saved, that buys you almost 4 years.
Yeah, 4 years.
Okay? In Georgia. I'm sure that you can figure out how to start bringing in more income in 4 years if you've got $50,000 saved. And Georgia will, if I remember correctly, Georgia will allow border runs. Okay? Thailand.
$950 will give you 31 months on $30,000. 52 months on $50,000. Now, these are ballpark to show feasibility.
Right.
You know, you'll tailor live with the chat real numbers.
And I think that's a note to ourselves, baby. So here's the deal. 3 years in Thailand, you can figure stuff out, right? 52 months on $50,000. What if you only have $10,000? Let's do the math. What if you only have $10,000 in your 401k? You're 60 years old. You basically have no debt, right? You've got a little bit of money coming in, and you've got about $10,000 to $20,000 saved. Let's go ahead and do the math. Y'all can do this. We told you Thailand at $950 a month. So let's do the math. You've got, I'm going to put $15,000, all right? $15,000 divided by $950 a month buys you 15 months, almost 16 months. All right. Over a year and a half, almost a year and a half. Can you figure things out in that time? Can you figure things out in that time? If not, stay closer to home, Mexico, right? Can you figure things out in that time? All right, we're going to get to some questions. Y'all know the drill. And then we're going to get to the 30, 60, and 90-day exit plan. All right, 30, 60, and 90-day exit plan. We're serious. Y'all know it's time to go. I remember saying to our youngest son that he was like, I don't know, Mom. I don't know if you should come back, blah, 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 whoop-de-whoop. And I said, by the end of the summer, we will know how bad it's going to get. And I was hoping that by now, because it's back to school now, yeah. I was hoping that the white folks would rise up more than they have, but they're not rising up like they need to. And it's getting too late, right? You cannot, like when Humpty Dumpty falls and cracks, the longer he stays down on that ground cracked, the harder it's going to be to put him back together again, right? And he's going to start rotting. And that's what's going on right now. I was hoping that by now things would start to people the power brokers would start to say,
come in.
Right? The power brokers would start to say, oh shoot, these people about to rise up. We better change some stuff. But they haven't risen up like they need to. No. And they expect us to, and we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. We are not going to do it. We are not getting in those streets. You hear me? We are not getting in those streets. We will write letters. We will go to town halls, but we will not be getting in those streets, letting those folks mow us down. No, sir, no, ma'am. No, sir, no, ma'am. Right? For what? To save a country that hates us? Really? That's what we trying to do? Save a country that could not care less about us? Is that what we're trying to do? I don't think so. I think it's time to leave. That's what I think. And we have thought that for a very long time, which is why we have been out of the country for over 3 years. Okay, I'm marking y'all's questions. You want to put a Q in front of it if you've got a question. Yeah, I remember, especially during COVID, folks were going to Albania. Albania was open during COVID, and Black travelers were having some good times in Albania. Now, I haven't checked it out lately, and that's why it just gets an honorable mention. And I haven't. Have you checked out any YouTubers or anything that's come from black ones from Albania? Yeah, no. It's been a minute, and so that's why they just get an honorable mention. Thank you. Right? This is what it's all about, right? This is what we have to do. When tyranny strikes, we have got to come together as a community and make sure that we are giving the information and sharing the information that every one of us needs to be successful, okay? Each one teach one. And after that, each one reach one and teach one. That's for sure. Y'all hear about this? I'm having flashes, y'all. So I look. Don't tell me we do not have power. All right. Do not tell me we don't have power. And they can say whatever they want to say. We know the truth. We brought that SHIT down. Okay. Who's next? See, they don't understand our power. And as I was saying earlier when we were chatting, when we were having our chitty chat, look, some of them understand that there's something magical about us, and they just can't figure it out. They don't know because they don't read their history. They don't realize that we are the original human beings. That's what they don't realize. And that's why they're like, they don't understand why they hate us so much, why they can't get over us. Like we, Black folks, live rent free in white folks' minds. They just obsessed with us. Y'all get over it. Leave us alone. If we're so unworthy. But we're not. Right, Beverly? We are not.
Welcome, Beverly.
Welcome, Beverly. Welcome. Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you for becoming a member. All right, Francine says, passing the OBU channel to your family and friends is free. That's right. Thank you, Francine. There is so much great information here. Thank you. We appreciate that. Because we be trying to do our homework here, and sometimes I'm like, retired, Action VJ, ain't I retired? Jackie says, what is travel time to fly to Thailand from the East Coast? Girl, I don't know. It depends. Because from here, it was so where did we fly? We flew from here to France. That was 2 hours. And then from France to Bangkok was about 12 hours.
Do we go straight through Bangkok? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Because I don't do more than one stop.
I'm thinking Dubai, but that's when we went to Africa.
That's when we went to Africa. So yeah, it was about from France, from Paris, France to Bangkok was about 10 to 12 hours flight, something like that. All right. From the East Coast, girl, I don't know. You think I'm supposed to have all that stuff in my head? And I don't live back east. So I really don't know what's medical care like in Georgia. So medical care outside of the United States is great. CK, medical care in Georgia is great and affordable. As a matter of fact, we're going to get to that. I think I've got that in here, but I already looked it up. In each one of these places, I already checked, healthcare is less expensive and the quality is higher. Okay. And I think we're going to get to some specifics, but if not, like I said, I already did the research. Okay. Do you think the behavior of the USA depicts desperation?
I do.
I don't know. If I believed that they believed that the empire was falling, then yes, it does look like desperation. But I don't believe that they believe that the empire is falling because there's a hubris with white supremacy. And that hubris lets them believe shit that ain't true. Right? I don't know that they understand that Western civilization is on the decline. I don't know that they understand. I know that they understand that their numbers, their demographics, right, are in decline in comparison to POCs in the United States. But they know that they've been the global minority for their entire existence, mm-hmm. right? I'm sure they know that. But the people who created Project 2025, which is what is bringing down the United States right now, I think it's all about greed. I think it's all about money and greed and racism and white supremacy. Money and greed first, and then if we can throw in some let's hurt the Black folks because we'll never be as good as them, let's do that too. And when I say as good as, I don't mean more morally or soul or as God sees us. I mean that they have done nothing in the 400 years to create a culture that people would want to belong to. That's what I mean.
Jade asked, from the East Coast to Bangkok, it'd be 17, 18-hour flight.
That's what Google says. Jackie, you could have Googled that. Our voices are breaking up. Can you all hear us okay now? I'm going to go comments. any message that our internet and we are plugged cable wise, let us know. In order to have a Thai bank account, you have to have a visa that will allow for that. Retirement visas or long-term visas qualify for a Thai bank account. So if you're going there as a tourist, you do not qualify. Yes, we understand that. We understand that. However, that doesn't mean you can't open a bank account in other countries.
Correct.
Okay. Every country does not require you to have a residency visa. For instance, we had a bank account in Portugal way before we had a residency visa. We know people who've had bank accounts for years. As a matter of fact, the friends of ours who were in 365, husband from Colombia, they had been putting money in a Portuguese bank account for 5 years. I don't even know if they've ever moved here yet. I don't even know. I guess I could go into the WhatsApp group. Anita Leak, aka Tweety. Hey, Tweety, how can I send you my information we discussed yesterday in our one-on-one? Our email address is hello@ourblackutopia.com, and I should have sent you your information already. So check your spam, because I've already every client that we've had, I've already sent out information. I've already sent out the summary and all of the stuff that I promised. So yeah, check your spam. And then hello@ourblackutopia.com. Where? Can you all smell smoke in Lisbon, Portugal? Oh, there's fires here?
Not in Lisbon.
But they're having wildfires up north again?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah, pretty much. But no,
I know that this is not on topic. Yeah. No, we can't smell anything. I didn't even know. And yeah, whatever it is, it's not as bad as it was in 2022, because they could smell it here in 2022. Remember, because we had just left in the wildfires.
Yeah, but no,
and it's not even that hot right now, so that's interesting. Hopefully, they'll get it under control. Super sticker, super chat, super thanks money goes to our scholarship fund. And like I said, we just got 9 new students on scholarship in Beyond the Bling, which is our financial freedom program for late bloomers. So thank you, Benita. We appreciate you. Bizel Guru says, saw Georgia on Nomad Capitalist, but haven't heard of our community there. Is our community. There's a bit of a community, and that's why I said in the resources, I have linked to a YouTuber, a Black person who lives in Georgia. Georgia is green. Georgia is green and has beaches, y'all. All right? Georgia has beaches. Okay? It is on either the Baltic or Mediterranean. Go look. But yeah, it's got beaches. I forgot to add. Okay, we talked about that. Is there a war near Georgia? Relative, kind of. So remain nimble, right? You're getting a tourist visa for a year. Ukraine is a couple of countries away. All right. But for right now, we're talking about right now. What is happening right now? Right now in the USA, apartheid is on the rise. That's what's happening right now. When I look at what is happening on the streets of DC, I know it's not everywhere, Teddy. I'm from LA. LA stuff wasn't everywhere. That does not mean that folks in other areas did not feel the impact, okay? Because of colleagues and family members of colleagues, et cetera, right? Just because something is not affecting you directly does not mean that it doesn't have impact. OBU ain't trying. It is 100,000 strong. That's right. Look, we trying to get this. We're only 14% of the population, but we punch above our weight. Yes, we do. The Washington Post, is that what you're saying? Polls show whites think we're 50%. Oh, that's hilarious. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? We saturate spaces, we control culture and narratives. There are many intangibles about who we are as Black people in the US that gives us power. Yes, 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 yes. Know your power. All right. And when I say this, I say know your power because if you are a person who is not making the money that you should be making based upon the gifts that God gave you, right? What did Dennis say? Know your power. Know your power. Each of you who is listening right now knows something that somebody else does not know, and that somebody else may pay money to you to know. All right? There are too many ways in this world to make money for you to be sitting there saying, woe is me. Watch our side hustle videos. I will put a side hustle video right here. Oh, let me remember to pin that. If you're watching the replay from the future, hey, hopefully I've gotten it up there yet at this point. All right. Okay. So we are going to get to the 30, 60, and 90-day exit plan. Get your notebooks back out. Day 1 through 30. And we've talked about this. We've talked about this, but we're now to get out ASAP. This is a little bit more desperate because the people who have been calling us have been sounding a little bit more desperate, right?
Definitely.
All right. So day 1 through 30, make space and cash.
Yeah. Slash your rent now.
Right now.
Move to a room, share, a house sit for 60 days. You know, you want to aim to cut.
Don't let your ego get involved. All right? Do not let your ego get involved. We cannot change what we didn't do yesterday, but we can change what we do tomorrow. Do not let your ego get involved. Do what you need to do to get where you want to go. I remember when we gave notice and we were telling people, look, we can't do this anymore. And if we have to move to Mexico, that's what we're going to do. But we're not going to do this anymore. We're not going to put in 60 to 70 hours a week anymore doing this stuff and then trying to figure this out and that out and doing all of this hustle and grind. We ain't doing it no more. And I remember people saying to me, oh, you broke? That's why you went to Mexico? Whatever. I want to say whatever, man. Whatever. I do not care. Because those same people are hustling, grinding. I see them on LinkedIn. I just went to this little, thing and got hustling and grinding. Meanwhile, Rick and I have visited, 3 other continents. So don't let your ego or what other people's expectations of you get in the way of making these decisions. Sell and simplify. Sell and simplify. Furniture, car, extras, sell it, get rid of it.
Be creative.
Right? The target is $2,000 to $5,000 cash. All right? $2,000 to $5,000 cash. I bet most of you, your car can get you that. We sold our cars, and that brought us in another $15,000 to $18,000. All right? They were basically paid off, and we sold them.
Yeah.
Documents to get in order.
Get your documents in order, your FBI background checks, your birth certificates, marriage and divorce documents, vaccine records, scan them, and store them in the cloud.
Banking. At this point, we suggest that you keep a U.S. checking account, right? We have, all right? We've kept several U.S. bank accounts. And add a no-fee ATM multi-currency account, like a Schwab or a Fidelity, just like we said before, right? Schwab or Fidelity. There may be some other ones, but those are the ones we know for sure, right? And turn on travel alerts.
Yes.
All right, turn on travel alerts. Healthcare.
Price out short-term travel, medical, or local cash rates in your landing country.
Right. So Thailand and Georgia really do have low cash visit costs. And depending upon where you live, Mexico does too, right? Because it's right there. Way to your landing city plus 28 to 30 days in a modest apartment or guest house. If you stay 30 days, you will usually get a discount, right? And so that's why you want to stay at least 30 days, right? So you're not scrambling or any of this other stuff. And also consider something like Olaf Fly or something like that. So you have a SIM card as soon as you land. So that was day 1 through 30. All right. Days 31 through 60. You ready? Days 31 through 60. Arrival setup. You want your local SIM. As I said, if you get Olaf Fly or something like that, you'll have a SIM upon arrival in a lot of these places. You got to check on Tbilisi, but I wouldn't be surprised if Tbilisi was on their list.
Yeah.
A transit card, right? You want to check out the neighborhoods and make sure that they've got walkability and all of that stuff, right?
Right. You know, housing.
Okay, housing.
View 6 to 10 apartments. Sign a 1 to 3 month lease first.
Now, that's hard in some countries, depending. But in the countries that we're mentioning, you probably would be able to do that. Here in Portugal, there's too much demand. There's too much demand, okay? But we're trying to get out of Dodge. We are trying to get out of harm's way. We are trying to create a situation where we can save money so we can become financially free. And you can't do that on limited amounts of money when you're stuck in the United States, all right? So we're trying to get you out. Spending cap, track week 1 spending. Set a hard cap of $1,100 all in, all right? Income spread, pick 1 to 2, all right? Talk about remote working. Start looking for those remote jobs. I know that the job market is crazy right now, y'all. I know. We hear it. And that's why you should always have more than one income stream. Rick and I have a minimum, I'm going to say 3 income streams, but really it's more than that. But if you, our Black Utopia creates multiple income streams. Well, let's call that one income stream. And then we've got rents coming in. That's another income stream. And then Social Security, that's another income stream. Everyone needs to have that. The days of our grandparents and all this, y'all know it's over, right? So think about like tutoring, right? If you know English, you can still make extra money teaching English, especially like business
online
English.
or in person.
Online or in person. Exactly. What else?
Paid phone answering. Virtual receptionist.
For now, because AI it does not have the capability of taking that over yet. Lightweight digital services like captioning, basic video trims and stuff like that, podcast, like all of these things are ways to make extra money. And then also you need to start looking at the communities, right?
Join your local expats.
The Facebook groups.
WhatsApp.
Right? What else?
A co-working day per week.
Yes. Y'all, especially if you are traveling solo, if you are moving someplace solo, having a pass to a co-working space is a guaranteed way to meet other people, English-speaking people, right? And other expats as well as locals, right? And so it occurred to me because one of our good friends, she knows so many people because of the co-working space that she works out of. Okay, so brilliant idea. Here we go. Days 61 to 90. Stabilize and upgrade. Lock a 6 to 12 month lease, hopefully, at least, or your target, all right? Or your target. But if you can do a 6 to 12 month, that's when you're going to get the best deals, all right? Visas, next step.
Okay, Georgia, you can stay up to 365 days visa free. Then explore residency, business options.
Thailand, Move funds for the 800,000 Thai baht deposit if you choose the retirement path. All right. So for Thailand, this is a visa process. You are choosing the retirement visa for Thailand, not a tourist visa. All right. Then Mexico.
Mexico. Keep total time under those days granted.
180 days.
180. Okay. Or up to whatever
whatever
they give you. Begin a plan to meet temporary residency financials within 6 to 12 months.
Yes. And get this, y'all. For Mexico, there is something going through their legislature right now, which could bring down the requirement amounts by half. Okay. And so what they are arguing for is to use a different index a different index to calculate how much they want to require immigrants to have to be able to move there. Okay, does that make sense? All right. And so right now, as we said before, in some places it's as high as 4,000 plus per month. But if this legislation passes and they use this other index, or it could be a court case, I can't remember. Either way, court case or legislation. If it goes the way we want it to go, then they will use this other index, and that amount could come down to as low as 2,000 something per month to qualify for residency in Mexico. All right. Then, of course, the different consulates have their own discretion. But if the top number is 2,000 from the main embassy, then we're cooking with Crisco. All right. So keep your eyes open and stay tuned about this.
Said it cut out.
The internet is cutting out. All right. So we will repeat days 1 through 30. Slash rent now. All right. Move to a room, share house, sit for 60 days. We've got to start recording this just in case. Right. Sit for 60 days. Aim to cut rent by 600 to 900 immediately. Immediately. Right. Sell and simplify. Furniture, car, extras. Target $2,000 to $5,000. This is day 1 through 30. Get your documents in order.
FBI background checks, birth certificate, marriage and or divorce documents, vaccine records, and scan them all to the cloud.
Right? Banking. Keep a U.S. checking account. Add a no-fee ATM multi-currency account like Schwab or Fidelity, and then turn on travel alerts. Healthcare.
Price short-term travel, medical, or local cash rates in your landing country.
I'm going to tell you, y'all. I'm going to tell you, healthcare is affordable outside of the United States. The surgery that I just got 3 weeks ago, 2 to 3 weeks ago, out of pocket without insurance, they told me exactly how much I would pay because, see, it's transparent outside the United States. They ain't trying to juke and jive you. Was $3,400 for surgery, like major surgery. Well, semi-major, not like head surgery or anything like that, but exploratory. You know what I mean? That would have probably been $10,000 out of pocket in the United States. With insurance, I ended up paying $300 and something, or 300 euro and something. All right. So don't trip about the healthcare. Do your Googles, do your research, but don't trip. Flights in first month. This is still under days 1 through 30. Book a one-way ticket to your landing city and plan to stay there for 30 days and book an apartment or a guest house for those 30 days to get the best rate. All right. If you stay more than 30 days, you will always get the best rate. Now we're going to go on to days 61 through 90, stabilize and upgrade. Lock in that 6 to 12 month lease at or under your target, right? We talked about the visa next steps. We talked about Georgia. We talked about Thailand and how much you had to have. We talked about Mexico. Your income target is to reach $500 to $1,000 a month in side income. All right. So if you want to sign up for our side hustle challenge the next time, because we are in the middle of a cohort right now and they don't end until September. I'm not sure if we're going to have another cohort this year, but we will definitely have one early next year. Okay. And so you want to get on our email list. That information is in the description below. So you can make that $500 to extra $1,000 per month in side income. It's not hard, y'all. I'm telling you, making money is not hard. And anybody who tells you it is lying. That turns a $1,050 lifestyle into a $50 to $1,550 a month net draw from savings instead of $1,050. All right. So you're only withdrawing $50 to $550 a month from your savings as opposed to the whole $1,050. That's the point. All right. That's the point. So if you can bring in an extra $500 to $1,000 a month from some little side hustle, your money is going to stretch even further. And that gives you more time to build that side hustle to totally replace your income or to find another part-time job. Maybe you only need a part-time job or a full-time job. Okay. Remotely. That gives you that time. All right. We will go on with what we have next, but let's see what you all are talking about. In the chat, I heard what are you all hearing about the passport situation? Now I know just a few months ago, okay, we did that. Just a few months ago, our youngest son got his passport within less than 30 days. Is it still like that? Is it still like that? So Lynn says she recommends a credit card that doesn't charge international fees. I also recommend a VPN for yes. Mm-hmm. So if you have our scouting trip checklist, it's free. That information is in the description below. You will know things about like VPNs and stuff like that. All right. So that you are operating safely in this digital landscape abroad. Okay. What else are you guys saying? The FBI background check depends. It depends on the country. Okay. The country will tell you how old it can be. Go. All right. Mexico does not require an FBI background check. So Georgia is the only one that's on our list where you're going to try to get a regular residency, like a retirement residency. All right. And so do your Googles about the FBI background check. In general, it's usually 3 to 4 months. Velveeta Voldemort. That's some funny stuff.
I was like, did I see that right?
It took me a minute for that to compute. It's like I saw Velveeta and I'm thinking Velveeta, cheese, yellow. Okay, got it. Or yellowish orange, right? He is a Voldemort. He is a Voldemort. All right. Voldemort just announced he's sending military to Chicago next. My child is already carrying her passport card with her at all times. Papers, please. This is apartheid, y'all. This is apartheid. And I'm so sorry about the internet. I hate that. I hate that. That's what this is. And so we've got to act accordingly. We really, really do. All right. Let's see if there is anything else. Yes, I love that. Know your worth. Know your worth, y'all. Know your worth. So Allison says we would move if it wasn't for our lease, but we are selling stuff off and cutting things off. There will come a time when you need to do an ROI. Okay, y'all? There will come a time when you need to calculate the math on a return on investment. If you are stuck in a lease, there may come a time once you've done all of the things that you need to do to prepare to say, this is going to cost me.
Right.
Go ahead, sweetheart.
Is it worth staying to fulfill that lease?
Exactly. Right? And so how much is this going to cost me to get out of it? And then how much can I save by moving? And at what point do I break even? And then at what point do I get into the black? Right? Mm. And so you need to decide when that cutoff is. For Allison, it's May 2026. We will see you at the meet. Are you going to be here for the meetup? Where are you moving to, Allison? Will we see you here for the meetup in June? Can you apply for residency or retirement visas while within the country? No. In general, no. Georgia may have an opportunity for you to go ahead and be able to reply once you are there on a 1 year, okay? Because they're not as in demand. Mexico, no, you've got to be outside of the country. Thailand, I believe you have to be outside of the country. I just read something about the reduction of financial requirements for Mexican residency in Yucatan magazine. Yeah,
Okay.
right. And so they are like, it's interesting that they're requiring so much more than the average Mexican person makes, right? And I know why they're doing it. They're pissed. I don't blame them. I don't blame them, right? I do not blame them. All right, we're going to move on. If you, oh, let me take this off screen. All right. So we have already talked about the places to move, right? We talked about Georgia, we talked about Mexico, and we talked about specific cities within these places. So Chiang Mai, Thailand, right? Tbilisi, Georgia. And then in Mexico, we gave you 3 cities and we gave you the budgets. Then we gave you your 30 to 60 to 90-day plan, right? Now we're going to talk about if you are getting close to Social Security and we still have it. So that, of course, is right now. So, of course, we still have it right now. First of all, for every one of you listening, if you do not have an online profile for the IRS and for Social Security, for both, do it now. All right. Well, not right now. Keep watching us. And then after we're over, get sure online and do that. All right.
You might not be able to do it till tomorrow because I think they're closed on Sunday.
Right. You should be able to do it today. It's online. That's the whole point.
No.
But sometimes they do shut down, right? And they do maintenance and they do other things too. And they don't let you do certain things after hours. So, and then they're trying to make people show up in person and stuff like that. You want to know if you are that person right now. Right now. If you've already got a profile and you've checked in from time to time on the IRS website or on the Social Security website, you're good. You're good. But if you've never done that, do it. Do it. If your estimated Social Security benefits hit $1,400 a month, Ecuador can now be on your list, right? And that retirement visa now becomes viable.
Mm-hmm.
Next.
If you have lifetime pension annuity greater than 1,000,
right?
I don't know what's MO.
A month.
Oh,
he doesn't recognize my typing in my
what
initials and stuff.
MO Panama?
Yeah, 1,000 per month. Then
Panama Pensionado,
right,
can grant permanent residency quickly.
1,000 per month. Panama Pensionado program grants permanent residency quickly. All right. I don't like the heat. I don't know about this. I don't know about that. Y'all, we're trying to give you options. Number one, it's less expensive. So if you're bringing in the same amount of money and you're spending less, then you can save and move to where you really, 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 really want to go to and let Panama be plan B. But I'm going to tell you that heat and humidity is better than alligator Auschwitz. Heat and humidity is better than getting razzled every other day by martial law and these masked hooligan penguins walking around harassing folks and asking them for their papers. Heat and humidity is better than being stuck in the melon felon's hell. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and if for any reason he declares martial law, you can't go nowhere.
You ain't going to be able to go nowhere, all right? So Social Security can pay benefits in most countries. Just keep your money going to your United States thing and then just transfer it, y'all. Do a wire transfer or whatever. That's what we do. We do wire transfers no more than 4 times a year, cut that cost, and we transfer big chunks at a time, and we stay in budget, all right? Keep your paperwork up to date.
So your Social Security, are we going to do that one?
We just said that. All right. We talked about the starter budget. We talked about this, right? We talked about rent and stuff, didn't we? Did we talk about that?
No, we did.
Yeah, I thought we did.
I
But
really did.
this looks oh, we have several budgets for you. That first budget was the big budget. This is like if you really I forgot about that because I did some research on a, a tight budget and then a conservatively, a looser budget, right? Which is still kind of conservative. So, all right, here's the tight budget. Georgia at $1,050 a month. Your rent is $450 outside of the city center. Your utilities are $90. Food is $280. Phone and transportation is $30. Yeah. Health, meds, etc. $200. All right. We've got data to back this stuff up. All right. The data to back it up.
Yeah. Thailand.
All right. Thailand. In Chiang Mai.
Chiang Mai, $950.
That's your target.
Rent is $300. Utilities and internet $80. Food $250. Phone, transportation $40. Health and meds and miscellaneous $280. Outside city center, one bedrooms often 7,000 to 10,000 Thailand bahts.
If you want to live outside of the city center, all right? So that's 950. That's your target if you want to live in Thailand and Chiang Mai. And then Mexico, which interior cities, what did we say? Morelia, Merida, and Puebla, right? Rent. So your target is $1,050 to $1,200 a month. $1,050 to $1,200 a month, y'all. All right. Rent $400 to $550. Utilities and internet $700 or 70 to $100. Rent, utilities and internet $70 to $100. Food $260 to $320. A little bit more expensive, but still, right? Phone and transportation $40 to $60. Health and miscellaneous $250. All right. You can stay in Mexico usually for 6 months on a tourist visa. Mm-hmm. And you can get a lease with apartments. There are landlords that will give tourist visa people a lease, a 6-month lease. Okay. So that you can get that better pricing. We do know people who still do visa runs for Mexico. Yeah. Right. I think that they're going to work some things out. I think that we're going to bring good things to Mexico without gentrifying and colonizing and making the locals feel like we're pricing them out. All right. That's what I think. Let's cross our fingers that we're doing it the right way. All right. Questions. Can I work in Georgia? Georgia allows you to reside and work during that 365-day tourist visa. All right. Thailand requirements, visas, they prohibit employment in Thailand. So you're going to have to do your online side hustle stuff in Thailand, mm-hmm. right? Focus on U.S. clients, etc. Mexico, same thing. All right. Mexico, you will need to work online, work with U.S. clients, something like that. Healthcare.
Cash visits in Georgia. Thailand is low.
Right. Low budget.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
The budget is about what? $50 to
$150.
Yeah. $50 to $150 a month for basic coverage. All right. Y'all can afford that. You can also get a travel plan, right? Mm-hmm. And then Mexico, the 180 days, I just want you to know it's not guaranteed. No. It's not guaranteed.
At one time it wasn't. People were going there and they were getting them like 2 weeks or a week.
But we have seen over the past year or so that they've gone back to just giving you a 6 months. All right. Don't overstay. Do not overstay. All right. All right. That's what we have for you. Let's see what y'all are talking about, and then we're going to let you go. Are we still freezing up? No, that was 9:15. Okay. Hopefully we're not freezing up anymore.
Read that.
Okay, we read that. All right, let's go down to the bottom. And then we'll go to the top. Wonder if I can apply for residency in Mexico from their consulate in Indianapolis. Yep.
Yeah.
Would like to have that as a backup. Monica, do it. Do it. Mm-hmm. Do it. Yes, you can apply in Mexico. For Mexico, for the most part, you can apply at any consulate. There are a couple of consulates that want you to live in the immediate surrounds, but most of them will let you apply from anywhere. All right, just outside of Mexico. Are you numbers bougie lifestyle level? So yeah, no. The first set of numbers that we gave were still conservative. CK. All right, they were not bougie lifestyle. They were still conservative because we're talking about a person who is living on right now in the United States $1,800 a month.
Yeah.
All right. And so that's a tight budget. And we want that person to be able, anybody who's living on a tight budget like that, to be able to get ahead and to have some breathing room. Have some breathing room. Do Ecuador and Panama have options for non-retired? Yes. We're still in our 30s. Hey, Sage, welcome. Vested but not ready to pull on it. So it's just savings. Yeah. But here's the thing, Sage. I'm not sure what your sounds like you're in the fire movement. I'm not sure how your money is coming in. But think of it this way: like if you've got rental income, a lot of times the retirement visa is not a retirement visa. It is a passive income visa. It is a visa that does not require an employer to pay Ecuador and or Panama employer taxes. Okay. And so a lot of times when folks are working in these places for corporations, and maybe they are so remote that their corporation will allow them to work in a foreign country, they still are now tax residents of that country, and that employer has to pay employer taxes.
Right.
Okay. And so that's why there is a big distinction between a passive income visa and a visa that is for a W-2 employee or even a 1099 person. So if you've got rental income, or you can show that you are putting in, let's say you've got some extra money and you've got this account over here and you're putting in $1,000 a month, paying yourself. There's more than one way to skin a cat, Stage. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Be creative. Do your Googles. Greta says, I will take the heat instead of the hate. No, that's right. I know that is right. If you all need help getting your stuff together, getting your money together, getting a move abroad plan together, Rick and I do offer one-on-one coaching, and what we learn from you might end up being the subject matter of one of our Sunday lives, like this one is. I just learned about the rule of 55. Oh, okay, Monica,
Okay.
this is this week. Okay, I might be retiring officially in a couple of months. Good. Anybody who's in Beyond the Bling already knows about the rule of 55 because it's in the Beyond the Bling materials. We need to leave ASAP, but my husband has eye surgery in September. We are getting our papers ready now. Yes, PK. But who do we talk to after our papers are pretty much done? It depends on, you need to talk to an immigration specialist for the country that you are moving to. Okay. That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, go on that immigration site and they should have a download of the basic requirements. But I don't believe in DIYing something when money is involved. Okay, we DIY'd Mexico because the consulate
was right there.
It was 10-minute drive.
10 minutes away from our house.
So we could, right? But other than that, I would not DIY. All right. And so, and you can find, don't pay thousands and thousands and thousands, y'all. You don't have to pay thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. You do not need an immigration attorney. You do not need an attorney. You need an immigration specialist who knows the immigration thing, and this is what they do. Okay? And they're going to be a lot less expensive, but we'll still have attorneys on call just in case. That's what you need to do. When using SSI to qualify, do countries consider the gross or the net? The gross. Because they like we showed them the letter from Social Security saying how much Rick would get. Yeah, that's what we showed them. And I don't think that letter says, because it depends on what state you're in, how much taxes are going to be taken out, et cetera, et cetera. Spain allows you to apply for a student visa within Spain. Great to know, LaRonda. Thank you. If you're going to a university
Okay.
there and not a language school. Okay, good to know. Good to know. The Oracle readers on YouTube are all pulling cards about the. See, I stopped watching them.
Oh
I was
yeah.
watching them for a while because Tia Gay got me into that. Tia, where are you? So YouTube about pulling cards about the carrot in chief. They are pulling cards about the unaliveness based on his own comments from the doctor. I know, right? Like his hands and all that stuff. Y'all, he looks crazy. He does not look well. He does not look well. Know that y'all giving some good information because the internet is trying to stop us. We were having issues earlier. Was that earlier? No, that was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
That was yesterday. We were having issues on our one-on-one call, in our
Yeah.
and for our side hustle challenge. So I'm not sure what's going on with our internet, y'all, but I apologize. Okay, CK asks, how do you plan for and what do you do to set up a US address for those who don't want to keep a house address? So this is Googleable too, but it's a mailing service, all right? You want to get a mail service if you cannot use a family member's address. And a mail service is going to cost you money, but you know, it's kind of like a post office box on steroids. They will get the mail, they will take pictures of it, they will scan the contents for you if that's what you want, and they will mail you whatever you want. All of those services are tiers or whatever, right? They've probably got packages and stuff like that.
They do.
Right? And so that's how that works. It's not a hyperlink. Okay. Thank you, Peggy. I will make sure that that the hyperlink works. So if you're watching from the future, look for the new link. Okay. And it will have the hyperlink so that you can get the budget calculator and everything else. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I thought I checked that. I know I checked that. As a matter of fact, we are moving to Stuball. Oh, that's right. That's right, Allison. That's right. That is right. I remember now. I love it. This will good. All right, Amber. Yay. This will allow her to expedite her retirement. Good. Good, good, good. All right, y'all. That's what we got. I think we're through. I think we're through. If your US life runs negative $200 a month, negative $100 a month, maybe you plus $100 a month, your first mission should be to change the country that you live in. Seriously, folks. All right. Not just the budget. Not just the budget. Seriously. So, you know that we have our side hustle challenge going on now. The folks from our last cohort are participating. We are building a community of entrepreneurs that are making money in unconventional ways without putting in hours and hours and hours and hours of time, nor tons and tons of money. That's not what we're about. All right. And so if this is something that is interesting to you, you might want to get onto our mailing list so that you know the next time that we launch the next cohort for our side hustle challenge. Okay. All right. We love y'all. Look, we are trying.
Tweety.
Hey, Tweety. I had my first one-on-one with Halisi and Rick yesterday. It was very eye-opening. I highly recommend it. We did not pay her for this, y'all. We did not pay her for this. I promise you. I promise you we did not. I promise you we did not. we have a lot of resources that we offer. Okay, y'all, go to our YouTube channel and start and look at the playlists. We have all about Portugal playlist. We have a life abroad playlist. We have a money mindset playlist. We have a practical get your money straight playlist. Okay. We have free resources in the description below and on our website. I will make sure that hyperlink works for the free resources for what we presented to you today. All right. And if you need extra help, besides Beyond the Bling, we have our one-on-one coaching. And as Tweety said, it is well worth it. We love y'all. We love y'all, and we want you to be
Definitely.
safe. We want you to be well, and we're concerned. Oh, also, for those of you who are going to be in Mexico, September 27th is we are going to be celebrating Rick's birthday. Everyone is invited.
Come on down.
Everyone is invited. Look, y'all, but we need to know. So if you're on our email list, you got an email. We need you to fill out that RSVP because we're getting a venue and we want to make sure that the venue is big enough for everyone who wants to come. Okay. So we're going to be in Querétaro, Mexico that week, the 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, something like that. All right. So come on down and join us. We are hanging out both Friday and Saturday in Querétaro, Mexico, the 26th and the 27th. And we will be celebrating Rick's birthday on the 27th. And we want you to join us. And with that, we'll let you go. Love y'all. Bye.